I think we was born to do this shit.
Fucking headphones make it 3D.
Yeah, bro. Welcome back to The Experience, everyone. Today, my guests are very special today. We got a different episode for y'all. Bringing something a little different every week, like I said, hence the ADHD experience. I have the founders of a company called Nutriground Farms. And for you, those of you that don't know what that is, it's a, how would you describe it?
It's a high-end CBD indoor company.
Correct. So today we have Chris Miller. He is the CEO. We have Josh, the grower, no last name. And we have Mason Gordon, the middleman. Thank y'all for coming on the show. / cameraman / Mason's got a lot of jobs. But
Ganjaneer.
Ganjaneer. So what's up, dudes? Thank y'all for coming on. Appreciate it. Feel like I've been fanboying out every day.
Yeah.
If y'all follow these guys on Instagram, which you should, they're making some big moves. Y'all have the first official
indoor grow in the greater New Orleans area.
That's tight.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
it's good feet.
What is like Nutriground Farms for?
We're just a group of guys that met up and, we're growing indoor CBD.
Right.
We've all been a part of the cannabis community for quite some time. And, we moved back from California and Colorado and we all connected and we just decided to start this. We saw an opportunity. We want to do what we love.
Right.
And here we are now,
How did y'all link up?
Well,
I ask my questions backwards.
I moved back from California in July 1st.
Right on. What you was doing out there?
I was in the cannabis scene up there.
Right.
I was.
That Cali bud is good.
Yeah.
Right. It's the best. Yeah. From what I'm told.
Dealing with farms, brokering for them.
Right.
We were doing that. And I moved back here.
Right.
My daughter was just born.
Tight.
It takes a village to raise a kid. So, we came back here and I had this idea that, we wanted to start a hemp company because it's ready to go here in Louisiana.
Right on.
And
it's fucking going, dude. It's going strong.
So, I just put a few feelers out. A couple people made some calls, got in touch with the right people, met Josh through our CFO, Derek Fossier. Mason he's always been around. So,
right,
we had to bring
For the
him
record,
in.
I've never made it to Cali or Colorado.
Correct. Yeah. I just went to Cali last year for EDC.
Never left Gretna. So.
Right. You went to Alabama once.
Alabama one.
Look at Birmingham.
That was a good trip.
That was. I'll go back to that. Yeah, mullet toss. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
No, we had to bring those gifts from where we went.
So y'all linked up, and then what happened? Like y'all had to come up with a bunch of money. Like how does it like something like this even fucking work?
That's a good question right there.
Because like obviously it is like marijuana legal in Louisiana yet? And like
smokable cannabis is now legal.
And CBD is always 100% legal. And that's what's up, man. So
yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
What up?
Yeah. Bathroom break. How you like that?
Machetes and all.
So machetes. Bobo graced us with his presence he had to work on my glasses, guys. The show's always got technical difficulties, but he came through in the clutch.
That's right.
So what's next, guys? I know we were talking about the legal stuff. So what's going on with it? Well, medical.
Right. We were just separating the differences, because I think what you did ask earlier is separating CBD from THC. Like, what is in that dialogue, right?
Right. So what made y'all want to start this company?
Well, we all come from the industry.
Okay.
And we all just happened to meet back up in Louisiana at the right time.
Damn.
Damn.
That's true.
Did Mason?
It was like the stars aligned, dude.
Did Mason reach out to like one of y'all, or like how'd y'all meet Mason?
Mason. Chris and I have known each other since middle school.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And we've known each other in just like the cannabis culture for
right.
Going on 15 years.
Yeah. Damn, dude. So y'all are like veterans.
But I have nothing to do with Josh and him coming together.
Gotcha. But I mean, like,
we were introduced through the CFO of the company, which is
Correct.
what he had touched on it. Because I went to high school with Derek. So
Okay.
Derek Fossier is the CFO of the company.
that's what's up, dude.
And so they were looking for a grower, and he was friends with I have a twin brother, and so he
Right.
was friends with him, and he was like, hey, I know a really good grower who just moved back from Colorado.
So you were growing in Colorado?
Yeah, I grew
Nice,
for
nice.
6 years out there, and a lot of growing pains, I'll say that, pun intended.
Oh shit. So like, what is, for all the listeners, I'm sure they want to know, like, what is CBD? Like, what's the difference, or what is CBD
Right,
first?
right. Okay, so CBD stands for cannabidiol, right? So you have the cannabinoid so there's cannabinoids, right? So you have the cannabis plants, which is the cannabis family,
Right.
So cannabidiol is a cannabinoid, right? So there's 113 different cannabinoids within the cannabis plant.
Gotcha.
Right?
Gotcha.
So the cannabidiol, like I said, you have that, but then so people associate with just two cannabinoids technically, which is THC and CBD.
Right.
Well,
so there's like a whole nother fucking variety.
But in the
That's where I'm
cannabinoids,
going
right?
with
So
it.
you have THC tetrahydro,
Correct.
cannabidiol, and then cannabidiol. They're all in the same family.
Right.
It's just this cannabinoid. So this cannabis plant has more of cannabidiol than tetrahydro cannabidiol.
Gotcha.
But they're both in the same plant.
Right.
Right. So it's just basically one fucks you up really bad and the other one doesn't.
So like when y'all are like going through this process of like, hey, we're gonna grow CBD, is it like, do you get like the CBD seeds, or is it still technically, I guess, marijuana or THC, as y'all would say, plants, and then
You want that, or
Yeah, well, you got to get like hemp seeds.
Gotcha. Yeah. Sorry. See, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
no?
So,
Well, and what we seeds, yeah, but everything that we do has
Right.
to be approved. So we have to have what they call COAs.
Right.
So when we reach out to someone for their genetics,
right.
like they report to their state government with
yeah.
that, and then we have to make sure we cross check and we are getting those COAs in order to
Right.
plant their plants.
Right.
That's
'cause-
even if Louisiana allows it. You could have a COA from another state and they could still deny it.
Right, because I mean, like, I'm 36, so it's like, we just had Reggie back in the day, like weed. So like when people are like, oh, CBD, I'm like, well, what's the fucking difference? Like how, like, and so I guess like that's the question, like, how do you know, like, okay, we're growing straight up CBD, because it looks like regular marijuana. I mean, I watch the videos, it's beautiful, it's beautiful plants, but I'm like, how the hell is it? So that's where I get confused.
You just got to take my word for
Right,
it.
right,
Then,
and it's all science, like you said, which I knew it's a lot. I mean, talking
what I'm
about
saying is
cultivating and
I can hand you both and then just say, you tell me which one's CBD.
oh shit.
Right? Because you're going to know if you blazed off that one.
Right.
Like, that's not my CBD.
So being in the industry as long as you have, like, what do you think, like, why choose that route over that road and stuff like that?
This is the only route we can choose right now.
Gotcha.
Right.
And yeah, we were kind of touching on that earlier. And
Obviously,
But I mean, and where we came from, the market's absolutely flooded.
yeah.
right.
Prices are at an all-time low.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even to get into the industry, you're going into a losing situation, and you need a ton of money to get into it. Anyway.
Right.
So-
What kind of benefits are people getting from CBD? Because I hear a lot of different podcasts, and like, what's the
Helps with sleep, depression, anxiety. It's got a,
is there different, like, when you go to like a shop in Cali and there's like all these different types of marijuana, like, is it the same for CBD? Like, you got the ones that make you feel better, you got some for pain.
Yeah, you got sativas, you got indicas, you got hybrids that are sativa dominant, indica dominant.
Right.
So indica, for all the listeners, that's the one that makes you feel calmer. They used to like to say, because
Help you go to sleep.
Yeah, they call it indica couch. So,
They should have just named it that.
right.
And then sativa is the one that
Gives you a little upper,
Right,
but
little
I mean,
extra happiness.
that's also dependent on the person. There's no set.
right, like some people take Adderall, take a nap, some people take
exactly.
Exactly.
Like if
I
I
took
smoke,
an Adderall and I'll clean your whole house.
Right.
normally if I smoke a sativa, I'm feeling it in my head.
Right.
And an indica, it's body high. Yeah.
Right. So like once y'all figured out, hey, we're gonna do this, so what happened next? Like, y'all had to, how did y'all get money for this? Like, what was like the steps? Like, you got to go talk to like the mayor, like who?
No, you just file for a hemp cultivation license with the Louisiana Department of Agriculture and Forestry.
Right.
And, you got to make sure you can pass background checks.
Right. So like nobody else was like trying to do this, because I feel like y'all are the first I've seen. Like nobody's in line to do this. Like
a lot of them are in northern Louisiana. And
Okay.
They're mostly doing outdoor grows.
Okay.
And we're the ones doing it indoor.
What's the difference?
Well, outdoors.
Correct.
Outdoor.
Right. But like, why not just do it outdoor?
The quality of product. He had touched on it earlier. That
Okay.
We would say that ours is more of a boutique type.
Yeah,
right?
I like that. I like that.
Because you're indoor. You're creating the perfect environment. Outdoor, I mean, so much is undecided and left up to the man upstairs.
Well, right. Well, it's like you were saying earlier about how you feed them. Like, you have a bodybuilding background, so it's like, you're like the perfect guy for the grow, because it's like you were talking about like some people feed their plants once a day, and you're like,
no, some people even feed them once every 3 days, once every 4 days.
And you were saying they're eating like 13 to 14 meals a day.
Yeah,
so
well,
those bitches are
we do. We call them irrigation events.
Right.
Like, let's get formal, guys.
Yeah, dude. I like the names for all the stuff y'all do. That's clever.
Right. But but what you touched on, the exact same concept.
Right.
They'll go 3-4 days, and we're literally feeding every single day. They get nutrients every feed, and they're doing 10 to 15 irrigation events per day. So it leads to accelerated growth, just like a bodybuilder who's eating 6 to 8 meals a day.
Taking like 30 IUs of GH. but I mean,
they're taking way more than that shit.
Right, oh yeah, dude. But the plants are like, they're beautiful. So like outdoor does not get the same vibe.
No, man. No, like I would say all of us right here, if you were to put 3 packs in front of us and said, show us what's indoor, what's greenhouse, what's outdoor, all 3 of us would be like, Reggie, outdoor, right? Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. So I mean, like, what it's the first one. I'm trying to think of a question, guys. I'm stumped. Say something.
Look, dude, let's just talk. Well,
shit.
We just had our first takedown. That
was
exciting.
So what happened after you got the plans together? Yeah,
so when we say
what's a takedown? What's a takedown?
All right, good. So harvest.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
So
and
we had our harvest.
I was talking to Will about that at rest in peace, your grandma's funeral. He was telling me about like plants becoming, if they're too hot, then the FDA could take them, right?
Grimsley?
Too hot, yeah, Grims.
Yeah, like he was explaining the process to me, because I was asking him, I was like, dude, what the fuck is CBD? Like, what's the difference? Because it looks like regular weed to me. So it's like when he was explaining the process and like the hot stuff, I was like, damn, this shit's like super scientific. Right. Like he was like, oh, if it's like over 18.5, they could take your whole crop. I'm like, the whole crop? He's like, yep, all that shit you worked hard for. So how do you... What's the base of that? Like, why does that have to happen, and how do you keep it at a certain level?
So to be federally legal, you have to be under 1% total THC.
Gotcha. How do you even know how to fucking make sure of that?
Has a lot to do with...
Are y'all like super science guys? Like, this is some chemistry / environmental science / what else, baby? Agriculture,
It's all when
botany.
You cut down. Botany. The state comes in 30 days before harvest, and then they do their test, and you have to be under 0.3% THC. Gotcha. So you can actually go up to, 0.39, I think, and still pass. Well, they passed us on 2 of them.
Right, nice. So does feeding them make them get hotter?
Technically, yes.
So, I mean, is 14 times a day overkill or no?
Not how we're doing it.
Gotcha. Because you're microdosing it in a sense. Like you might be feeding it 14 times a day, but maybe you're cutting the meals into like thirds.
And
maybe not.
Well, no. Essentially, you're right. But when I say that many irrigation events, doesn't mean that I'm like flooding this thing.
Correct.
Like I know the exact amount that it's getting. Like I know
that.
For
it all has to be a certain percentage.
Right. And I know like 2 minutes gives me 80 mLs of fluid. Like I know exactly what every plant is getting at that moment, but
that shit blows my mind right there.
Yeah, man.
He's done a lot of research.
Dude, I love it. Dude, the
ML stands for milliliters. Just
right. In case y'all didn't.
In case you didn't know, right.
Yeah, the videos are great, dude. I mean, like, how are y'all feeling about it so far? I mean, how did the first, what did you call it?
The first harvest?
Yes.
Yeah. We feel good about it, Obviously, with any new company and any new field you get into, there's going to be roadblocks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see y'all have the gummies on the table, like.
That's actually our flower. If you want to.
Oh, okay.
You want to take a peep at it?
Should we spark some up?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
sparkage.
I don't mind. Do we have a lighter? Got everything in here but the lighter. We can get a lighter. We can get a lighter.
Light.
Wow. Yeah. So the trippy part is it still smells like the norm.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
But
Boutique.
I know it messes all
the
kinds of
indoor
people up, man. It's
CBD.
hard to
so
understand.
it's like you fucking feel guilty smoking it, but there's like nothing. So like when we smoke this, what's this gonna do?
You might feel like a little bit of a mood alteration, but you're not going to be
I'll
like
try to listen. We'll smoke.
high.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh,
We're just waiting on the wife to get us a lighter so we could try this
Darth Vapor
CBD.
over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
You got some good ones today.
Well, yeah. It actually doesn't work that well.
Oh, this stuff.
Dude, I remember the first time I ever hit one of those, man. I threw up
I've
all
thrown
the
up
time.
plenty of those.
Would you do the honors, sir?
Of course.
It doesn't even work that good.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. He said he threw up in it.
No, I said that.
No, I said the first time I ever did one, I threw up inside of one.
Oh.
Yeah. Oof.
That one doesn't hit that.
I was gonna say.
Oh, so I might not throw up. Word.
Oh, y'all got it in here?
What you bringing in here? Machetes and shit? Like, now you got some. Oh, well, that's what's up.
The
Oh, that's a
fuck
good
is
idea.
that?
Oh, the
A
auto.
machete. Take a little trip
That's
to China.
Bobo, guys.
You know that place in China where you go get all the little products made?
Yeah.
Bro, look at this shit, bro.
Dude, that looks like a.
'Cause look,
That's
I
a
can't-
pre-roll filler?
Oh,
Yeah.
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 The perfect
I've been
condom.
waiting to see one of these in person.
Asking you shall receive.
That's what we do around here.
Things looks crazy, bro. Look at this.
Fire, bro.
Can you use regular raw cones, or do you got to buy cones specifically to this?
No, you can get regular ones. But like, they have to be like the same.
Oh, that's who makes that, Banana Bros? Oh, yeah, I saw that on Facebook.
Thank you, sir.
How much is that thing?
They're like 150.
I'll give you 200 right now.
200.
Let me have it.
Oh, let's go with it then. Yeah.
I mean, it
That's
even
all this
smokes
shit,
like it.
Hey, have
Yeah.
Bruh,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Tastes
really,
like it, smoke like it, smells
it's
like it.
trippy.
Yeah.
It's
It's pretty cool.
you can go that
Okay,
way.
yeah, my bad.
Hey, go ahead.
Fucking up the rotation.
No, you're good, man. I wasn't even saying.
Yeah,
I just
dude.
want him to try it. You know?
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Pass it around, sir.
Puff.
Bobo, can
There
you
you
grab
go,
that for me, sir?
Bobo.
Can you grab that, sir?
That's the little short cones. You got like taller ones?
I do not.
That's fucking good. We'll do it with this. All right, so basically, it's magnetic.
Yeah. That's theirs, yeah.
This thing's
It's really nice.
fucking legit, dude. Watch it.
Oh, that's
Let the
pretty cool.
people see it on the camera too, Bobo. Stand over to the sign a little bit. Yeah, stand over to the sign. What? He's got a little extras.
Oh, so it grinds it and then drops it in there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's the ones I was showing.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Okay,
That's cool.
okay, so
Yeah, try that.
Dude,
That'd be great.
what?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know.
this is crazy.
Yeah, you grab your little
It's
dog.
very ironic that Bobo shows up when I'm doing a podcast like this and has actual fucking tools. Like you're like Batman. Well, no, Bobo always shows up with like some sort of like apparatus.
He was
and it's
looking
like,
at four-wheel forklifts,
yeah,
four-wheel
yeah.
drive forklifts.
Look at
and
this shit,
stuff.
dude. Is that really doing that?
That's legit.
Oh,
Holy
dude,
shit,
You didn't fucking charge it?
bro! What?
That's-
Oh, that's pretty nice.
I'm buying that tonight,
Holy mother!
or I'll buy yours now.
Yeah, you gotta just get this one. This is the
All right.
original.
Okay. I don't really want to give you 200.
Right. Now he's thinking about
It's like 20.
now he's thinking about negotiating
I'll
and
give you
shit.
what you paid for.
Yeah, I paid 150.
So you can just get another one, dude. That's yeah. There you go,
no.
Bobo.
Yeah,
Good,
like,
good,
Russia
good
probably
shit.
leave it open. But how do you take this motherfucker? But basically, you gotta get like the what are these like? I
Holy
guess they got like
shit,
different
bro.
sizes.
Gotcha.
Dude, that's like the coolest thing I've fucking seen in a while.
Hit that salt and pepper shaker thing.
And
That's
I
it,
roll
bro.
good joints, but I'm so lazy. Like I just,
can't stand
Dude,
that's
that's
why
like-
I want dispensaries here just so I can stop and buy pre-rolls. Like I tell them that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
do y'all think that's like coming? Y'all think that's next?
it is
Right, like y'all are the first for CBD, but I mean, what do y'all think's gonna happen, like in the future?
Well, just depends on if the government of Louisiana decides to open it up to everybody else. You know,
Right.
we're here in 2025. You know,
Right.
and then I hear 2023. You know, it's
Gotcha,
just it's
gotcha.
all hearsay. But
But like,
Dude, I like that, Bobo. Thank you for the CBD smoke because I felt like that calmed my nerves. And
know?
is it
Calming
a soothing, calming effect?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, that's why a lot of bodybuilders, we keep going back to this, right?
sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
why they have taken an interest into CBD because it helps with healing as well. So a lot of benefits to it, just like in the THC game.
Do they have any that make you like super hungry?
No.
No? Okay.
I mean, maybe.
Right.
I'm always hungry. I don't fucking know.
Right. I know. I was like, I didn't need to smoke weed to fucking eat, dude.
Hungry, happy, sleepy, you know?
Yeah. True that. So what's next for the NutriGround Farms?
Well, right now we're in the proof of concept phase, right?
Okay.
But we were dialing in what method we want to go with, which Josh did an excellent job. Him and Kody Tassin, he's one of the investors. And
shout
out to Kody.
Cody.
He's never actually built a grow room before, and he built this one, which
Right.
was his first one, with the help of Blake Hunter and you and him. And these dudes knocked it out the park.
And they wouldn't even
It
let
looks
us.
it looks beautiful.
Well, like,
it looks beautiful.
We went over the design and everything, did what we had to do, and then they wouldn't even let us see it for 3 weeks, right?
Wow.
So we're all sitting on the edge of our seat. Like, I'm sitting here as a grower going, when am I going to see what I'm supposed to see, you know? And then we show up and, man, we walk in and this dude has everything spray painted. Like, he's taken even the PVC pipes that we have coming out of the wall for our irrigation, everything, he spray painted those green so they could all be the same color in there. We're like, Kody.
Damn.
Very meticulous.
Right. He's an artist.
Then there was the 8 mil, 6 mil bit.
No, it was 10 mil.
Yeah. Oh, 10.
So he carved this sign that
was
goes
wild.
up the stairs.
What,
He's like, guys, I'm so disappointed. It was a 10 millimeter bit. I wanted the 8 millimeter one. I could see the difference. And I was like, Kody, take it down. It wasn't the 8 millimeter bit, bro. Like, we can't have this.
Take it down.
Right.
What is this garbage product? You know? And no, and it looks phenomenal.
Right.
looks
He's having a fucking heart attack.
Yeah,
Deep down inside, he's like, "Oh fuck, they're gonna fucking fire me."
No.
So what did it cost to build that facility? Is that like a number y'all could discuss, or is it a couple $100,000?
No.
I mean,
No, it's like,
like it
You're
depends on how
talking just
big.
like the
It depends on how
build-out?
big. Yeah, like it depends. Like if somebody like started something like that, what would they need? Like 50,000, 100,000
for that size. Now, if they're starting a whole company and like, they're not just going to try and do like a junior partner type thing with us.
Right on.
So you
Are y'all trying to do that?
It's definitely
Like branching out? Like
definitely an
what
option.
What would you call them?
a junior partner.
Junior partners. Gotcha.
I mean that's like
So not a franchise.
not really. This is very preliminary.
Gotcha.
So like I don't have exact terminology for you.
Right.
But,
It's still new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we still have to
It's
have
fucking
a
awesome
meeting
now,
to
huh?
figure out like exactly how we need to structure it. So
Right.
You got to remember during all this too, we're having to evolve with the laws. We're still trying,
Right.
Just like the government's trying to learn a whole industry. We're
Right.
trying to learn how our government adapts to that industry.
Right.
So we have way more problems than them.
Target is
technically.
like constantly moving.
Yeah, exactly the way I was trying to put it.
Target?
Listen, engineer.
Yeah. Like what do you mean?
Conjuring
Like
up.
the target or a target? Like what you mean?
The target, like where you want to end up.
Right. Correct.
Just
yeah.
like, the law
Everything.
doesn't know where it wants to end up. So like
we know exactly where we want to end up. We're just
Right.
trying to get a fix on the year of when we can end up where we want to be. You
Right.
know, so it's
baby steps, right?
yeah. So we started with this small facility, and we want to branch out and we want to build bigger facilities. So when the cannabis license becomes available in Louisiana, we've already got everything dialed in, ready to go.
Right.
And it's just
Well, y'all
swapping
are like at the
genetics.
forefront, dude. I mean, it's like, I think it's pretty badass.
The forefront for Louisiana.
Correct. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Louisiana is definitely behind in everything.
everything.
Yeah.
Well,
And
I mean,
it's just
well,
like
Mississippi's
classic.
now getting ahead
Yeah,
of
which
us
is-
in that
right,
industry. But
right.
if it wasn't for Mississippi, we would be dead last all the time.
Absolutely.
But-
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm with them. Like, I mean, the sky's the limit at this point. We've been learning because we've been meeting and collaborating with other growers throughout
Right.
the state because
Right.
you want to collab as much as possible.
Well, yeah. I
because-
mean, that's why, like I told y'all. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you're
Keep
good.
going.
Well, it's your show, not mine.
No, dude. No.
No.
That's the ADHD part. My
No,
bad. You
that's
finish.
good.
You finish, and I'll capitalize.
Well, all I'm saying is that it's good to collaborate with them because, like I said, we're trying to figure out the government's ways and what they want us to do and abide by. Right. But sometimes we have to learn how to work within those gray areas, and sometimes somebody else might have a little bit of knowledge for us in that. You know,
Well, sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know, right?
yeah.
Right? And I guess what you know.
Yeah, that's well.
I mean, and that's like why.
Money and who you know is a big part of getting ahead here.
Well, dude, I mean, that's why like I couldn't, I've been reaching out to Mason for months, not like reaching out for months, but I was like, hey man, what's up, man? It's going
It's
great.
been a long
like,
time.
Yeah, but I was fanboying out when I saw it. I was like, dude, he finally like is doing something that's like his passion between that and music. It's like I've never seen somebody so good at something.
He's a good fit.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
I think that's why the vision came together so
yeah.
well.
Oh
too.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it takes a team. Like same thing I'm learning with this podcast. Like I can't do it by myself. Like without Babu here, there's like a lot that would not happen. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Brandon and there's just like Tyler. There's a lot of pieces. Schwinn. Like there's a lot of people in the group. It's not just me.
Right.
It's not just Babu. It's a lot. of us.
Babu's back there bogarting the joints.
Once we could afford to get some more cameras, guys, y'all would see the if anybody wants to invest in the podcast, let us know.
Yeah.
Shout out sponsors. High Noon sponsor. But no, dude, that's why like if I was Joe Rogan, y'all would be fucking famous tomorrow. So in my eyes, like y'all are like the first, and obviously this podcast, it's the first, I guess, whatever. So hopefully, as we keep growing, we can keep building each other, networking. I mean, that's like I said, if I was Joe Rogan, dude, y'all be famous tomorrow. I would invest in like whatever y'all want. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I would do. Personally.
Definitely, much appreciated.
I mean, you got to give it away in order to keep it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's enough for everybody. At least I thought so.
Well, we'd like to think it's that way, but it doesn't seem like Louisiana legislature is allowing everybody.
I guess like that would be like my question. I'm born and raised here, NOLA for life. But at the same time, it's like if you've lived in such better places as far as for that industry, why here?
Why did I come back or
Right. Well, like, in a sense, like why did y'all build that here versus like somewhere else? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
Well,
I
honestly,
food and family. I mean, really.
exactly. Yeah, that was a big thing. Daughter was born, so
That was the same thing with me. I had 2 kids. Me and my wife, Jenna, love you.
Right. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out. We had 2 kids, Max, Maverick, 2 boys, and we decided it was well. She actually came here. She took a position, not to give my whole life, but she took a position here to work in the COVID ICU because she's a nurse practitioner, and so we came here.
Thank you for your service.
Yep, she is amazing. And anyway, so then
Well,
it just
you did what you did what you had to do. You stuck with her.
Yeah.
That's what marriage is all about, bro. It's 50-50.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's beautiful. But it turned into a beautiful opportunity for you.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll take my coverage on this one. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, bro.
Well, I mean, and she dealt with a lot of. I used to joke around and just call her my trap queen, even though she wasn't doing nothing. But because
most trap queens don't. Though.
Yeah, that's true. They
just sit there and look pretty and shit.
Well, I mean, but she did let me pursue my dreams because growing was my dream. Like I touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
I'm a disabled vet. I got out of the Army, right? And so growing and weed.
It's just
like it was like rehab and then being like, to me, was clean because I wasn't drinking. I was just smoking weed, right? And that's what I tell them about
bodybuilding.
Well, and I tell them this all the time. It's like when we start preaching about weed and CBD, you got all your bad juju behind it, right? Because everybody's like, oh, the kids, we touched on this before we started. Oh, the kids that can find an ounce of weed in their bathroom at their high school, right?
Right.
Why aren't you focusing on us, the adults, right? Like what we want, what we need, right?
Right.
So
I mean, we're still big kids at heart. We need shit and want shit too.
Yeah, like exactly. But I mean, what you alcohol, you drink and drive, you kill a whole family, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I mean,
you smoke some weed, you just want to get to that kitchen and that fridge and just tear it up.
When I went to rehab, all the people that was in there for weed, they just kind of sat there because nobody could relate to them.
You can go to rehab for weed?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my
What
homies,
movie was that in? That was in a movie.
No. One of my homies, he was actually he's gonna be a guest on the show soon, and he's gonna like give his testimony. But yeah, man, he was in there for weed, and I was in there for the yayo and the gambling. But most of the people that were like really fucked up are the alcoholics and like the heroin addicts.
Oh, yeah.
It's like I didn't see nobody die from weed, but I mean he still got in trouble. Yayo obviously is a big deal. Gambling, I mean, it took all my money.
Baccarat
but dude,
tables,
that heroin dude, as soon as like somebody could be normal one day and then the next day they look like two different fucking people.
Right.
And then the alcohol, like depending on if they're sober or not, you got like Jekyll and Hyde.
Well, and
They're
that's
sober.
why we touched on that though, because everybody also has the argument gateway drug. Weed's a gateway drug.
Correct.
Well, and I was saying like alcohol is what led me to do.
Yeah,
If I did any
Right.
extracurricular that's not wholesome, right?
Right. And I mean, alcohol is readily available, which is like so crazy. It's like I'm waiting for them to legalize weed because it's like, okay, well, how many people die from weed accidents, like car accidents? I mean, none that I'm aware of, but maybe, I don't know.
I've definitely had some accidents.
Oh, for sure.
We got drive-through daiquiris here.
Right.
Right.
I mean, I've stubbed my toe once or twice while being stoned, but I mean,
So if you go to rehab for weed, that means your grandma has just completely given up on you at a certain point.
well, it depends on the situation because like you got people that like, so some people are court ordered, right? Like you get busted with like a pound of weed, you might have to do some some type of time. Like, hey, you're gonna go to this drug program, and then they send you to IOP.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Always pay for a good lawyer, though.
Correct, and that lawyer actually probably got them the 3 months of the IOP because it could be a lot worse. You got to go there 3 times a week, 3 hours a day, drug tests every week. But it's
get your color called.
But just I know we're going off on tangents.
yeah, my bad.
But
That's the ADHD, bro.
but back to
Yes.
So I
bring me back, bro.
I
Bring me
decided
back.
to move myself back,
Yes,
and
sir.
then he had just moved back, and it was literally a sit down meeting at Barcadia.
Well, how did y'all meet?
We met through Derek.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
Derek,
right.
You said that in the beginning. My bad.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
we met.
Arcadia
the
meeting.
CBD's got me feeling like
Look,
really good.
I mean, and I had
chill.
I had
No, I like it.
yeah.
It's beautiful. It smells good. It's very crazy, guys.
Yeah.
Babu, thank you for bringing the apparatus that made this possible.
That's
Good
right.
guy.
But I had stopped growing. Like obviously I wasn't growing here, and I hadn't grown in over a year. And he had just moved here and had this vision, and we met at Barcadia. They were looking for a grower. I was thrown.
We're looking for a good grower.
Yeah, that's
We're
right.
looking for a few good growers.
Yeah,
He's
man.
not just good. He's
he's
really good.
Appreciate it,
Dude, as soon as you
he's
walked
pretty-
in the
pretty
house
fucking good.
and like we were like talking about the shirt sizes, I was like, oh, this is the motherfucker they keep talking about because you keep getting praised. Like Mason said, oh, dude, Josh the grower. Fucking Chris said the same thing. I'm like, who the fuck is this dude? Like, and then you walk in, I was like, oh fuck.
It's like Batman, right?
Yeah, like it's like one of those movies where you just like stay still. Everybody's just like fucking jaws dropping. Like, he's like,
that's how you feel when you walk into that grow room. Everybody that
Oh, it
walks in
looks
that room
beautiful,
is
dude.
just like,
it's beautiful.
man.
It definitely attracts anybody who's not in the industry to
Yes.
want to get in.
What's it smell like in there? Heaven?
Yeah.
If
It's
I-
definitely.
I mean,
a
we're
different
early in flower
aroma.
right now, so-
we are
Okay.
early, but it's definitely a different aroma from what you smell in that. This final product smells a lot different. Whenever
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
Well, so does it smell better or
I like the smell better. Yes.
okay, like after?
Fine, fully cured.
So
Yeah.
so what's it like?
I'm
How
saying
long?
I like the smell of the plant when it's in prime
yeah,
time
yeah.
flowering.
Like how long? Like you said, you just had your first harvest. So how long did from start to finished is a harvest?
Excellent question.
Thank you, sir. I didn't write this one down, but I'm good at this.
Right,
Sort of,
so-
kind of getting better.
All right, so just
Like literally from start to finish.
okay, so like any cycle of life, right? So we'll just start with the baby, right? The seed,
it. Yes,
right?
sir.
Seed in the womb, right?
Uh huh.
Okay.
And those
So-
are hemp seeds you told me earlier.
Yeah, but just
Okay,
hemp,
sorry.
weed. No, I'm yes, but
Yeah.
hemp, weed,
Yeah.
whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like I said, it's like any life cycle. So when you're gonna take that seed, you're gonna
it starts the same.
right. So you want that seed to pop, right? So then you're gonna have you're gonna start having your baby,
Right.
Right. So
And-
then you're gonna have that baby,
Right.
Right. And then you're gonna want to grow that baby into a teen, right?
Right.
So we're not so
It's still weed at that
right,
point.
right.
Or
So
what?
you have clone phase, you have vegetative phase,
Okay.
then you have flower phase, and then you have harvest.
Gotcha.
Right. So here's our 4 breakdowns.
Right.
Right. So then we have infant, child,
Right. It's like-
teenager, adult.
It's like sending
right?
your kid to Catholic school or public school. It's like, you
Yeah.
know, how are they going to
That's-
turn out?
well,
Is
see,
that kind of how it
that's
is?
like
Damn, that's
outdoor.
fucked up, bro.
That's like outdoor indoor. That's
Well,
like
no.
outdoor indoor.
Well, I mean, I've been to
You
both,
know?
bro. I mean, I've been to both. So I can,
I like that. That's the best
for
way
the
to
record,
compare that.
if
Right.
anybody wants to talk shit, I've been to Catholic.
So you
and
trying to
public
say we
school.
sending our kids to Catholic school?
No, what I'm saying is, like, you know,
The
the question I
nuance.
had earlier about this, like, how does weed, if it's still is CBD is technically weed, right? In a sense.
Yes.
So
in a sense.
so it's like, how does it become not weed?
That's why it's within the
we're going-
genetics.
Correct,
right?
right. So that's
Right.
why I compared it to, you know, Catholic school. Like if your kids go to certain schools, grow up in certain ways,
Yeah.
if they eat certain food, they might be fat, they might be built, they might be smart, they might be dumb. Same thing with this, right? We could turn it into Mary Jane or we could turn it into CBD Maine.
Yeah, no.
No? Okay, well then I fucked that up.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the part that was like the $1 million question.
Well, no. So, but in a sense, what you're saying is correct.
Okay.
So when I seek genetics, let's just say we're genetic hunting.
Right.
When I go to seek genetics,
Right.
I'm looking strictly for CBD genetics as opposed to regular THC genetics.
And over the
Right.
years, we have the research that proves like, hey, this is going to be a CBD plant. More or less than-
Right.
than-
Well, and there is
Right.
a lot that goes into it: tissue culturing, crossbreeding, all kinds of shit. Right? That nobody here is gonna fucking understand.
No,
anything
yeah,
I'm
dude,
saying.
no, but that's what
Right.
I think. I mean, I don't know about the listeners, but I definitely like this shit. So,
No,
yeah.
I mean, but that's how you're coming up with all these weird ass names, you
Correct.
know, Mike, Larry, OG, and
Right,
all this
right,
good stuff, right?
right.
It's because they're just crossing all kinds of shit from
Right.
all kinds of shit, right?
It's right. I mean, it's like we could choose our baby's eye colors now if we got the right money. So, I mean, same thing with the weed. Like you can
That's-
start
They
cross
got that
streaming.
now?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I think so.
CRISPR?
You can
Yeah,
definitely
something
pick.
like that.
I know you can pick the sex. I know
Right,
we're,
right.
I know we're there on that.
Which is kind of wild.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
Moving up.
All right, but anyway,
Sorry.
so life cycle, right?
Toddler,
So
baby toddler.
So there's just so many methods of growing out there that those can all vary, right? But I'll
Right.
just tell you what we're looking at.
Yes, sir.
Right? So we're looking at, so we just buy clones. So we don't ever have seeds. We just come with babies that are out the womb, ready to go,
Right.
right? Have some
It makes it
roots.
easier on your life.
Heck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
I mean, you ask a woman that definitely doesn't want to carry a baby, does she just want to adopt? She's like, fuck yeah, dude. I
Well,
wanna
now
carry
now
that
don't
shit.
they have the
Right.
what do they call those? The where you put them in somebody else?
Surrogate.
Yeah, surrogates.
Yeah, surrogacy.
Right. So y'all just getting them already popped out.
That's right. See, nice. So anyway, so yeah, so you're having that. So then those are instantly when they start having roots, right? So
Yes.
they're now in the life cycle. They're ready to go.
Right.
So that's when we throw them into the vegetative stage, right? And that could be anywhere from 1 week. It could be 2 months. Depends on the growth style of that grower.
Wow.
Right. So we're looking at 2 weeks.
Okay, right.
So then once they're done with their veg stage, right, vegetative,
Yes.
then they go to their flower stage. So veg meaning grow, like green, right?
Yes, yes.
Flower, let's start producing some flowers. Let's get some buds going.
Okay.
Right, and that's about 8. That could be 8 weeks. That could be 16 weeks. Depends on the genetic.
Right. So first the leaf comes out and then the buds come out of the leaf. Is that correct?
The buds come from not from the leaf. The leaves are what grabs the sun, which takes the energy in.
The solar panel.
Right.
Okay. And the buds actually are produced from just the stems.
But there's just little
Buds.
budlets
Okay,
that-
gotcha.
that pop
I'm just
off. Yeah.
trying to make sure I understand it.
No, I
perfectly.
get it. I mean,
It's
there's
been a long time since I took science class, dude.
yeah, I know.
But I'm paying attention now.
Just remember,
gonna
kids,
get an A on this.
photosynthesis.
Yeah, I'm gonna get an A on this.
Crucial.
If we take a fucking test, I'm getting an A.
Yeah, no doubt.
Failed most of my science.
Photosynthesis. Just
Well,
remember.
isn't that weird? What's important to you when you get older? Like, were you like a science dude in school?
I would.
Okay,
say
so
I
all
would.
right. My bad. I was an art guy,
I mean, no,
so I could probably paint you a weed flower, but I couldn't.
Yeah, I
help
like
you grow
science
one.
a lot. I would say, yeah. And then, but
As I
mean,
get older, I'm into it though. Like especially with like the fitness and bodybuilding.
yeah, but I had nothing to do with any of this. Like I did a 12-year Army career, and that, like I had nothing to do with growing. I got out the
No
military
shit.
and was like, some dude was like, "Hey, you want to grow
What'd
some
you,
weed?" And
what'd
I'm
you do
like,
in the
"Fuck yeah."
What'd you do in the army?
I was an interrogator.
Oh shit! All right, well, so you kind of know how to like go from start to finish.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you just took it to a different way.
What's the
You're
bucket
grown.
of water in the car battery for? I don't know.
Damn.
We gonna fucking find out or what? You know?
Ooh, yeah, bro. I bet that motherfucker told you. If I was still a betting man, I bet that motherfucker told you.
What's the thread count on them towels?
Yeah, bro. Okay, so sorry guys. Let's bring it back. So now we're in what
So
phase?
we let the flower phase.
Flower phase,
So
flower
like that's what's we're producing the fruits, right? More roots, more fruits is what we like to say in the
That's
industry.
it, baby. I love it.
Right. And so once you've done that, like I said, it could be 7 weeks, it could be 16 weeks, could be 20 weeks. Just depends on the genetic,
on.
right?
Right.
And then you're ready for harvest. Take it down, let it cure, dry, smoke,
Trim.
restart.
Trim.
So
Trim.
right. So that first harvest, man. It was. How did you? Are y'all doing the gummies right now?
No.
No. So it's just strictly flour.
Strictly
Nice,
flower right
nice,
now.
Nice.
Wholesale flour.
We
It's
we are
beautiful.
considering those other avenues,
Okay.
but the
Like how can people find that? Like is it something like we have to go in
well, you can't actually buy smokable hemp products
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So if they do get them, they weren't supposed to get them.
Right. So y'all distribute to outside states.
Correct. Yes,
Gotcha.
we have.
Right,
We're
right,
set up
right.
online, and we can sell
Right.
our products in other states.
So does that like bum y'all out that y'all like do all this work here and it's like, well, you got to put it somewhere else because it's not.
Well,
We've been used to doing that.
Okay, right. But this is the perfect place to.
Never me.
Yeah,
Never
right,
me.
Right. I mean, hey man, I'm used to going to work every day, you know, but shit, you just never know.
That's a good one.
Everybody can't stop laughing at that inside joke. Yeah.
Nailed that one.
Hey man.
So let me clarify about smokable hemp products. Like,
Right.
we can put our buds in the smoke shops here, but we can't put it in a pre-roll to sell it like that. We can't sell Delta 8 vape carts. We can't sell CBD vape carts. Now, I know everybody's going to be like, oh, I can go to my own smoke shop.
Give me some.
I can go to the smoke shop that's right around my house, and they have
Give me some
everything
more
these
in the
guys
picture.
are saying you're not supposed to have. Well, you know.
Yeah, give me some more in the picture. Perfect.
Engineers got it.
Yeah, all right, finish, big dog. My bad.
No, you're
I ain't
good,
want you
man.
out the frame, big dog.
Appreciate it.
See, bro, I'm like young Jamie in this motherfucker. I'm doing everything. Brandon's helping me. Babu's helping me. Alyssa's helping me. Yeah. Y'all know who young Jamie is? That's Joe
Not
Rogan's.
familiar.
That's the dude that fucking makes Joe Rogan look like Joe Rogan. He does all this shit.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, the engineer.
Oh, very nice.
But all right, man, continue, dude. My bad.
Yeah, so smokable hemp products, like, we can put our CBD flower in the smoke shops if it passes the state test and gets approved by the Department of Health.
Right, which is something Will was explaining to me a couple weeks ago. So, like, the harvest passed the test, right? So, what happens after that?
Then you have to get it sent to a third-party laboratory. So there's 2 rounds of testing.
Damn.
And then once those tests come back,
Right.
if you add up the Delta 8, the Delta 9, and I think it's even THCA, and you're under 1% total THC, then you can get your label passed by the Department of Health, and then you can put your product on the shelf.
Okay.
And Louisiana is the only people, I think, that add up Delta 8, Delta 9, and I think the THCA.
Let's be clear. You could smoke that whole plant by yourself
Yeah,
Right.
and not get high.
You
Just
can go take a
Right.
math test.
So like right, so like at the moment, like where can like when people are like, hey man, I want to try Nutriground Farms, like how can they even try it? Like what's the method for people?
Well, so you're saying like where they order it from, or
Correct.
So you would go on our website right
Okay,
now.
gotcha.
Right now, we're with Shopify. You just go on there, order it, we'll ship it to you. Now, if you live in Louisiana, we
I
technically
guess that
can't
was my
ship to
question. That was my question.
you. Once this new crop comes,
neutralground.farm, by the way.
yeah.
Right.
Once this
Right,
new
right.
crop comes, we will be within the parameters of the test, and then that's when you'll start to see our products
Right.
in the smoke shops.
Right. Yeah, and I actually got a buddy that I want to hook y'all up with. My boy Anthony. Lee.
Sure.
Shout out. He's got a place off of magazine. So
What's up, Anthony?
yeah, dude.
Holler at us.
He's gonna be pissed that I can't remember the name
Buy
right now.
10 bucks.
I'm gonna remember it later. I'm gonna add it in there.
Send a text.
Yeah. But that's what's up, dude.
Yeah, man.
So
dude.
y'all, I mean, like, so what else like do y'all plan on doing now? I mean, like,
I need things to legalize so I can grow some medical and recreational marijuana, flame-ass marijuana in
Right.
this state.
Right.
We might look into other states close by.
right on.
Like immediately
That's on
to
the table.
east.
Super close.
Yeah.
Close, close.
Yeah, I
Like I
mean,
told you,
why?
dude,
we
I
got to
mean-
give these gifts to everybody.
Well,
you
dude, that's
know?
what I'm saying. When this podcast like makes it on Spotify exclusive, dude, I want in. You know,
Sure.
I want to help grow the family.
You can help bring
I
medicine
wanna,
to the people.
Yeah, dude. I just want to come like shadow you one day, Josh, and just like watch in there if that's cool with you. I mean, I mean, unless you need me to do shit, I can do it too.
Yeah, I highly suggest
fucking
you
help
do,
you.
man. I tell everybody I'm willing to show you as much as you're willing to see. You know, if you can still do what.
How much time you got?
Yeah, well, I got.
I like to
plenty.
see it all, bro.
All right, well,
I'm
hey,
aggravating.
Let's start
You
with
could
the
ask my wife.
We'll
No, I'm
start with
playing.
we'll start with the 16-hour trim session tomorrow.
Okay,
So-
okay. Well, fuck, I'm booked up, man.
Yeah, you like to trim because I promise you fucking won't, man.
Yeah, bro. Boy, it's like so like
I've watched wannabe growers end their career the same day, multiple times because it was a 12-hour, 20-hour trim session. They're like, I don't ever want to do this again. It's
So-
like, well, you don't belong here.
is it true? Like, so I had a friend. I guess I would say about 2 years before COVID started. he had offered me a job to go to Colorado for like 4 months for like 20 G's a month to trim. Is that bullshit? Or is that,
Sounds right.
Sounds
Well,
right.
how many pounds is he expecting you to trim a day?
dude, they just told me that was the job description. And then so like I had just gotten out of rehab and I was like, dude, my fucking wife would never let me do that. So I told him no. And then when I told her, she's like, why didn't you tell him? Yeah. She's like, what the, like.
We'd have gone together,
Yeah,
40 grand a month.
So, bro, I fucking called him up like right away. I was like, yo, bro, what's up? Hey, is that job still available? Bro, I gave it away. I was like, bro, what?
Look, our trimming conditions AC will be available.
That's true. Chairs,
Right,
Supplied lunches.
right.
rubber
Yeah,
gloves, usually Papa
definitely.
John's. That's usually the go-to.
Nice, right.
Yeah.
Not 20 G's, more like 20.
I'll consider 20 an hour, but that depends on how good his hands are.
20 G's a month to trim, bro.
Is that bullshit though? Or is that real?
It sounds.
Is that like kind of
sounds-
horse shit?
No, that sounds like a really high-paying trim job, to be honest.
Right, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I figured Colorado, it sounded like a cool number. I was like, damn, 20,000 a month? That's 80 G's. I can come back and open up a salon.
I think
That's what I was thinking.
The standard's now down to like $80 or $100. It used to be $200 a pound, I want to say.
Yeah.
To have people come in and hand trim.
Wow.
But now it's way lower. So I don't know when you were offered that. So you.
Like 2 years ago
well,
ish. But I mean, like the dude that my buddy that told me sometimes, he might like make it sound a little better than like a sweeten the deal. Like maybe it was really 10,000 a month instead of 20.
Were y'all
But I mean, who fucking
drinking
knows?
or anything during this conversation?
No. We was actually training at the gym. So sober, some pre-workout. So
that's
he
real
might have been
talk,
fucking
yeah.
amped up. I don't know. He might have felt like he was at the club. He takes that like stimulated shit. The shit that's got all the dimethylene bullshit. The shit that makes you feel weird, like you jigging.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Wait, he takes that at the nightclub?
No, he takes it at the gym.
Oh, at the gym. Oh.
No, but I mean, I guess he might take that motherfucker at the nightclub.
I used to
Shit.
take Hydroxy Cup before we used to go out.
Bro,
That shit
you ever
used
took
to-
like a fucking scoop of not a scoop of protein, a scoop of like pre-workout and just go straight to Metro?
Yeah, well, I mean, no, but yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm thinking about it. No. Me neither, but it sounds crazy.
One
Yeah.
time,
Yeah. Some So
where do you go to Barabee, dude? Where do you go to Cuff?
I need to. So are y'all 7 days a week? Obviously. How many days a week you work?
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm off on Sunday, Mondays.
I can take you over there whenever, bro. Just
Okay.
hit me up.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll just-
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Um.
The next time I take pictures, I'll let you know.
All right.
After 10 a.m. and before 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me ask Brandon something real quick. How much time we been on? How much you think we were on earlier? How long? How you feel about it? You think you want to go longer, or do y'all feel
whatever.
what else y'all want to touch on? Because I just don't want to like leave no stone unturned, dude. Because people are gonna love this shit, right, Alyssa?
There's just so much shit I could keep going on.
I know,
Like,
and
dude,
that-
I just start talking this Greek
Because,
ass
dude,
shit.
I mean, I'm about talking about like boss shit, like taking over the world. Like, what else would you want to fucking like get out there that you're like, hey, bro, I wish I would have said this shit.
I mean, well,
because I'm gonna have y'all back on.
I will say this though, like, dude, this whole industry can use some mad fucking help, man. Like I'm saying, and when I say help,
Right, but
like
that's
people
why-
need to start absorbing and going and gaining more content like this, so
Yeah,
they can
well,
get
that's-
more educated.
Well, that's why I wanted you to drop some fucking science on these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Because, like, somebody, like my fucking dad right now, who was a cop for 20 years, he's going to be like, y'all smoking that shit again? My stepmom's going to love it. But it's like, dude, it would probably help a lot of his fucking ailments. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well,
it's not like he don't like getting high. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
it's like, bro,
look,
you don't even know what you're doing.
Everybody in this room's heard the same spiel. I'm gonna give it to you the same way. You know, I did 2 tours to Afghanistan, 12-year Army guy, right?
Yes, sir.
And
Thank you for your service,
My
sir.
pleasure. When I came back, man, I was on 5 different medications, doing the whole thing that the VA wants you to do, right?
Right.
And then that's
Living the
when-
American way at that point.
Right,
Yep,
right.
yep,
And
yep.
then thinking that that's what I need to alter my being to be my best self, right?
Right.
Well, then we moved to Colorado because somebody approached me and said, would you like to invest in the cannabis industry? And I had chaptered out of the military, so I was like, oh yeah, that's cool, let's do it.
Damn.
And then when I went there, man, I made a decision. We had our first son, and then I made a decision to stop taking all the medications. I started smoking. I started with CBD. I smoked
Right.
CBD for 2 years and was a grower for 2 years and hadn't even smoked any weed. Right?
So by medications, do you mean like they had you on like pills?
Antidepressants,
Oh, so
anxiety.
the government had you medicated.
Yeah, when I mean, I can't say the government. I chose to take them, so
Right.
I'm not saying.
But that's what they like suggested to. Well,
But
because I'm like I suffer from several things, so like that's why I'm
Well,
asking.
so I'm saying like PTSD, obviously.
Correct.
But when I start I'm not making this about me in the military. there's just to make it broad, there's women that have been raped. There's people that were abused as children. Like all these things that they're being medicated by big pharma with their antidepressants and their anxiety, right?
Right. You're just trying to shed light on like how the benefits of CBD can actually be, be
CBD
beneficial.
and THC.
Yeah, correct.
There's nothing bad about either.
No, I mean my best friend's dad, before he passed away, he had bone cancer, and like he was taking I think 500 milligram THC pills, like 2 a day, and that was like kicking ass better than the morphine.
Well, and then why don't they go talk to, I mean, half the time if any of these legislators went to a cancer ward and was like, oh, wait, you mean to say that you can only eat after you hit your ganja? Like, okay, well, that's enough right there.
Yeah. So he hasn't eaten in 10 days, but he ate after he took 1 puff?
Right.
Give this man the good shit.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, my grandma is suffering right now in a freaking nursing home, and she don't want to eat. And it's like, you know what? She might have to possibly... my mom ain't gonna go for that, but maybe if but you told me they got CBDs that don't actually make you hungry, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
but I was thinking from like, well, shit, she could. I mean, she's 91. She could probably smoke the THC at this point.
Right.
It's like you wanna,
she might enjoy
you wanna live, you wanna die. I mean,
yeah.
shit.
But where I was going with all that is like, I think that there's such a lack of education and there's too much bad juju. But once again, we all sit around and we all go and buy. We go to every liquor store we want, right?
Yeah.
But we need to start getting education out there. We need people fighting on our behalf for these things that everybody in this room has seen the benefits of THC, CBD, right? This needs to go everywhere. Like, I mean,
it's like getting a DWH, like a drinking while high. I mean, driving while high. Yeah. I mean, like how many of those have you ever seen somebody fucking get?
But I did hear that they are covered out with the breathalyzer for that. And I do not condone driving while high. No.
Correct, yeah. I mean, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you have road rage, we could maybe talk about it.
I mean, technically, if you had road rage, I think maybe possibly having some sort of that would.
I think CBD would work though.
I think CBD. Well, I mean, I feel great. I mean, this is 100% CBD, and I feel fine. I actually feel calm.
Out for sure. I feel good.
Should have did this before the podcast. Would have been so fucking nervous, bro. And all the technical difficulties. So I mean, like, what do y'all? So this is y'all's first podcast. Like, what do you think, man? Like, how do you? Besides all the technical difficulties.
No, I definitely want to do it again. Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
So like, after you leave here today, what's like the next step tomorrow? Like, what happens? And like, I'm gonna ask a Brandon question. Brandon Hutchinson, shout out Nola Flight. Like, what's the next? He's trying to school me on like, what's your plan? What's your year plan? What's your 2-year plan? Like 10-month
your
plan?
goals, man.
The goals.
Yeah,
the
goals.
daily, the monthly, the yearly.
Yeah, 3-year, 5-year goals.
Right. So like, when you walk out of this door tonight, like, what's like the next step for Neutral Ground Farms?
Just getting product on shelves and getting it out there, and then doing expansion as fast as we can. So we have the facilities built.
Okay.
So when the cultivation for cannabis comes out, the license, we can we're ready to go. That's where we're at.
I mean, expansion's hard, man. Takes all those that are interested in this industry. I touched on this.
Yeah. Well, like I told you, dude. Once I make it, I got you. So. Because I believe in it, and I mean, if anything Mason is behind, like, he's always put 100% passion. 2 things in his life, maybe 3, like a little third, but I know, like, he wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't something, you know what I mean? So it's like, I believe in it. And then, like, I see, like, the growth, everybody's cool, and I'm like, holy shit, bro, this is, to me, y'all are like the first, in my opinion, even though you're not, like, but in Louisiana per se, right, parts. It just said like certain.
Dude, I keep telling him all the time, dude. This was a big leap of faith, dude. It's a lot of uncharted territory. And
I'm fanboying out, bro. I was like, holy fuck, bro, they coming here. Like, I was fucking telling everybody, I'm fucking pumped, So,
hell yeah.
But like I said, dude, it's like, if I was like Joe Rogan status, I mean, tomorrow y'all gonna be opening 3 of these motherfuckers, maybe 10. And that's like what I want to try to push on the podcast. Like, I want to try to bring on as many entrepreneurs, people like us. Anybody, addicts, and anybody that wants to do something different, or if you don't want to do something, like, those are the stories,
right?
So like, hopefully today, like, you're gonna inspire somebody to want to fucking venture out on their adventure.
I mean, I tell everybody, especially venturing out, because we all get it now. Everybody's like, oh man, I want to get in this industry, right?
You touched on that earlier.
Well, and I was touching on it. I say people come to me all the time. I'm like, all right, cool. So you got a lot of money? Then they're usually like, well, no.
Correct.
But, and then I'm saying, okay, so you know how to grow.
Right. I'm not even coming at you unless I got 100K.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to fucking call you.
What I'm saying is the reason
money.
that I'm bringing this up is that if it is something that this is catching your interest, start reading about it, start watching YouTube.
Right. Well, how much, you said, how many hours a day do trimmers got to work sometimes, Josh?
I mean, it can be a 20. It could be a 20 to 30 hour trim.
It's like trawling on a boat.
Yeah, man. It's just
catching shrimp.
It just depends how your setup is, because sometimes you have it to where you just have to get it done. All right, you want them to stay on that same time of that time cycle, right? So if my plants are week 3 and I'm doing a week 3 trim and I want it done on day 1 of week 4. Got to do it on that day. I don't want this one to be, because it gets a little shock. Like, it's like if when
you got to keep them all symmetrical.
Right, it's like it's
like bodybuilding.
It's like when you train all the time, right? And then you have your competition, like you show up to game day and you get beat the fuck up, right? Like a football player, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's like for them. So that next day they need to recover.
God damn.
But if you're fucking this day up right here for just half of them, and then you're beating them up the other half the next day, well, now they're a little behind.
So we got to teach them, treat them all individually and equally.
Exactly. Dude, consistency. You got it?
Dude, y'all have every post, thanks to Chris, shout out, like your social media, like everything I see is it pushes me to like want to push the podcast harder, because it is a lot of work, even though you make it seem like it's not. But between you, it's like y'all are really there's a few more people behind the scenes too, obviously, right? Yeah. So it's like it's a team.
They do a lot.
Chris, you want to touch on going to the Capitol at all?
Well, I went there Wednesday.
Just as far as people that are operating behind the scenes.
Like,
just key players where you know, like, obviously we don't want to be the Bud Light of cannabis, right? You know, like,
correct.
Gotcha.
Key players, like behind the scenes.
Just to seg into what he was saying, you know.
Well, I went there to visit this booth ran by Dave Brown. He owns a dispensary in I think it's Madisonville.
Shout out.
Yeah, and I linked up with him, and he's trying to get some legislation changed for the cultivation of marijuana medically for everybody else other than LSU and Southern.
Right.
And
shout out.
Yeah, he's doing his thing for sure.
So there's a lot of like some really good things possibly happening in the future.
Possibly. It just, it really depends. You got a lot of big money behind the certain decisions that's happening right now. They got a lot of influence, and they're trying to, corner the market right now.
Right. And I think it's one of those, because they're either making money off of it already, or they're like, all right, well, we don't want everybody to make this money. So I get that. I mean, but didn't, like, when Colorado legalized it, didn't it, like, make it better?
Oh, no doubt about it. I tell people this all the time. Where I lived in Aurora, they only had recreational dispensaries, right? But there was still a 23% sales tax. So you've seen lines outside of a door for people to be like, yeah, let me pay $23 on top of my $100. Like, that's mind blowing, right?
Right.
They were redoing my streets one time, and I'm like, these streets are perfect. Go to Lakeview, bro.
Go to Lakeview.
Like,
there's a crack right there. Fuck it, repave the whole thing.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, but then they put that money into education, right? So that's what they start doing. They start educating everyone, and they're like, bro, you're driving around, you listen to the radio, and they're like, go to Starbuds for your $80 ounce. You're like, this is fucking crazy. Like, what, like what?
Damn, dude, I can't even.
I gotta get the Starbuds,
Yeah, dude. Motherfuckers over here got $1 million house with $1 million pothole sitting in front of it.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt, man. Well, and so yeah, dude, there's too many benefits to it.
Well, we're gonna try to push it out on the podcast as much as we can and bring awareness, because I definitely believe in it, especially coming from like a mental health background, and a lot of people agree, so I don't think y'all are by yourselves. Where can people find Neutral Ground Farms, and how can people get in touch with y'all?
You can find us on Instagram, at Neutral Ground Farms.
Okay.
Send us an email there, or hit us up on the email for the website, DM on the IG. I'm always looking.
And they can they link y'all's site through Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
perfect. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah. I'm still learning all this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, dude, I appreciate y'all coming on, and Mason, thank you for linking up everybody.
Absolutely.
Josh, sir, I'm gonna see you soon. I'm gonna go shadow Josh maybe once or twice, guys. I don't know if it's gonna be a fucking 12-hour day, but we'll see. And Chris, I appreciate y'all for coming on, and good luck to y'all. We'll see y'all soon, bro.
Sounds good, man.
Appreciate y'all. All right, guys, y'all take it easy.
Awesome.